Yeah, let me medicate. I need something to get me in the right place of mind. No snakes hanging around any place of mine. I'm trying to build an empire, we in two different states of mind. I'm trying to escape the confines of my city limits, but shit get risky as making one of these shorties and misses. Gotta keep a low profile nowadays, I'm staying out the way, you single niggas. Wildin' with these low rates of retention, jumping at the first chance you get cause she showed you some attention. I love this life out the spotlight.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode, man. A new year, a new feature, new quality, new everything, man. Welcome to another episode of Lab Rats and Loaded Minds. I'm your boy, Aubrey Ward Jr. Of course, we got your boy, favorite trainer, coach, player, Tweezy in a long sleeve, on, whatever you want to call him. You retired? You just was hooping 20 games the other day when you text me.
Casual,
You just was
casual
hooping.
hooping.
You was hooping
Feel
20
me?
games the other day. I'm trying
Bro,
to get a hold of Twan. He hooping.
cardio,
Can't get him. He called me back
cardio.
talking about, bro, I was just running like 20 games.
I'm just trying to
20
stay in shape,
games?
bro. I'm just trying to stay in shape. It was not 20 games. It was like 9 or 10, bro.
All right, whatever, man. Happy New Year's to you, brother, man. It's good to see you, man. I'm glad we here. This man been
Finally,
bugging me. Yeah, this man been bugging
finally,
me.
I
This
mean.
man been bugging me, man. The first episode of the year, man, we here. He been bugging me, but I can't be mad at him. We got to get to it, man. We got to get to it. So let's talk, man. We might as well start with the biggest discussion, the biggest topic in the NFL thus far, with the head coaching openings, all the jobs that's open. I believe it's up to 7 teams, if I'm not mistaken, plus 2 GMs, 2 GM firings. Right now we got the Dolphins, Ravens, Giants, Titans, Falcons, Cardinals, your favorite Cleveland Browns, Raiders, and then GM openings, you got the Dolphins and the Falcons. What you thinking, Twan? What's your favorite Cleveland Browns gonna do?
Just hope we don't screw it up. I think I speak for most of the fans in terms of just like we just want somebody to come in, hold players accountable, have a plan in place for the young core that saw success this year, and honestly just build off of what they did this year, and then just try to sustain a level of winning, accountability, and just overall progression. We've had a tough. We had a Stefanski's tenure was it was interesting because I felt like outside of even during the COVID year, like Odell Baker thing was kind of that was when it just started brewing, coming off of his rookie year, or not his rookie year, the second year, first year with Odell. It was kind of shaky, even though Odell still had 1,000 yards. We just thought he could do more, thought the offense could be better. But going into that next year, same kind of situation, run heavy offense. That's where most of our success came from. Passing game wasn't what everybody wanted it to be, given the pieces that we had, and we made the playoffs. And then ever since then, I just feel like it's been constant turmoil. Obviously, we know what the QB position has been the last couple of years, but yeah, now I definitely, as much as people have negative stuff to say about Stefanski, I definitely think we should highlight. He made 2 playoffs out of 6 years in
Mhm.
Cleveland. As a Browns fan, that's 2 in my lifetime that
That I haven't gotten.
yeah, like I can't even. Everybody's just being like the consensus is just negativity surrounding Stefanski and how he ended here. But again, I just think we got to look at it, from the perspective of like, all right, like he didn't really deal with and I know it's sports. Like there's never going to be a clean year, but we talk about the quarterback position, and then we just talk about Cleveland media. I was watching TJ Ward talk about Cleveland media is just it's a toxic wormhole. Like I feel like the media just never gives the team a chance, and I feel like they always just put added pressure that we already Browns fans and we already know what the Browns luck is. We don't need extra stuff. So I think yeah, man, I think Stefanski did a pretty good job given to what was kind of going on here during his tenure here. So yeah, man. I just hope we don't mess it up, bruh. For real.
It's I believe it's way too many firings in the NFL right now for us to
Way too many, definitely.
really truly mess this up. Mm, like I heard my boy say the other day on like TikTok, he was like, we need to just interview everybody at this point. Any
I
any
agree.
anybody any and everybody, like, interview as many as we can because there's so many coaches that just got fired, coordinators that's probably gonna be gone depending on who get hired, etcetera, you know? So, look at everybody. I think I seen they, talked to Mike McDaniels today. They still trying to get that John Harbaugh, interview because he said he's not doing any to the following week.
Did you
So
know he's from Cleveland or like he had roots in Cleveland?
yeah, yeah,
I did
definitely knew
not
that.
know that.
Yeah, I
Did
definitely
not
knew
know
that.
that.
Yeah, man, you gotta do your homework, man. Do your homework,
I
man.
see. I
That's
see.
why that Michigan versus Ohio State was so, that's why I was like that because you know, he really his roots ain't, you know how them they be false flagging, bro. They be
Nah,
going to
for
Michigan
sure.
and be from Ohio, bro. I don't be getting it, bro. It's like I can't do that, bro. Like, I go somewhere else, but I can't do that. That's like going to, like, Tennessee, and your kid go to Vanderbilt or something crazy like that.
No, yeah, for sure.
Like, I can't do it, bro.
That's how
I
I feel
can't.
about people from Cleveland who are like Steelers fans. Come on, what we doing, bro? I get it. The Browns cause you some pain or whatever, but you need to stand 10 toes down like the rest of us. Don't go be a Steelers fan. Go root for another team. That's fine. But the Steelers is just like crazy. And the same with Michigan fans. Like, how are you from Ohio and you're a Michigan fan? That just don't even make sense. You can't be trusted. So
I got no comment when you talk about the Steelers.
yeah, we know how you get down, bro.
I have no comment when we talk about the Steelers. We
It's
talk
bad.
about the Browns right now. No bad blood for all. We talk about the Browns right now. Hey
I
man,
do. I
what you
do want
say,
to
buddy?
add though for the Browns. Like, I want when I say a plan, I think it has to start with QB. Shador is not. If Shador is not where whatever coach comes in, if Shador is not the guy that they want, I either want them to A, go out and get the guy in free agency, or B, go ahead and draft your guy. Cause I just think we cannot continue this QB carousel that we've had for since Baker has left. He was the last consistent starting quarterback. Like we knew coming this season, Baker's gonna be the starting quarterback for what, 3, 4 years? 3 years? 4 years.
I think 3.
4 years.
It's like 3 and a
4.
half, right? Because he got hurt.
No, well, 3.5, 4. The last year he was hurt, but still though,
Mhm.
we kind of knew what we was getting into in terms of Baker. But yeah, like the QB carousel has to stop because I feel like it's not the most position. It's not the most important. Well, I'm not gonna say that. Let's just say it's a very important position,
For
and
sure.
we
For
need
sure.
stability and consistency from that in order for us to actually start heading in the right direction. Because I mean, the defense is one thing. I think that's been our calling card the last. I mean, we've had no choice.
Mhm.
And I think that we know what we have on the defensive side of the ball. It's just like, can we get anything from the offense to make our defense look even better than they already are? 'Cause everybody always says that we have a Super Bowl caliber defense. We just can't put no points on the board. So, yeah, I just hope that they, one, make the right hire, and two, once that coach comes in, he's like, okay, like this is the QB plan that I want. This is what needs to happen, and then let's just move on from there. So, looking forward to, the rest of these. They've been interviewing every day though. It seems like we,
Every
like you
day.
said, interview everybody. I mean, I feel like we didn't. It's at least 10 or 11 teams that we didn't called about either their offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator.
Mhm.
I didn't. I feel like I seen a. Was it a special teams coordinator or a quality control coach? Something
It's a young coach. I think
young coach.
the Jags from the Jags
Yes, yes, that's right. That's right. I was just talking about that today. He's the offensive coordinator, even though Liam Cohen calls the plays.
calls the plays, yeah.
Right. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, man. Just bring in somebody with some juice, bruh.
Yeah.
I'm sick we let Vrabel walk out the door, to be honest. If they was gonna do this year, you
I mean,
know?
I kinda knew, like, if y'all let Vrabel go to the Patriots, they was gonna be nice because that's, like,
For sure.
homegrown. You can't
Yeah,
beat homegrown, like, at all. Like, it's a natural suit for him. I'm
yeah.
going where I'm most comfortable, where I learned to play the game, where the game was developed for me at the
And I
highest level.
won.
Yeah, and I won. I kinda figured that's where he was at once the Browns let him go, but I am happy that the Browns gave him that opportunity to get his feet back in the door elsewhere. So,
No,
shout out to the
100%.
shout out to the Pats, you know, and shout out to Mike Vrabel. I do wanna also say Shout out to them Bears.
Shout
The
out to Bears. Hey, it's
Bears.
Chicago.
The
It's
Bears. It's
Chicago, man.
Chicago.
Yeah, for sure. As a Browns fan, again, the Bears are
This is
historic
what I want for us,
franchise.
bro. This is
Yeah,
what
for
I want
sure.
for.
And again, I don't know if this is the year for the QB. I think Mendoza be gone by the time our pick comes. Also, too, it's just like it was the Caleb Williams draft. They already knew it was like, all right, yeah, we're taking him. They had Justin Fields. They're like, no, we taking him number one. Um, okay, rookie year. Again, inconsistency in terms of the coaching staff, figuring out what they had on offense. They go out and grab a receiver for him. And then this year they spent a high draft pick on Colston Loveland, who finished with 137 yards this weekend, leading all receivers and receiving yards for the playoffs so far. So, yeah, it can be done in 2 years.
It can, bro.
It can
You
be
can
done
have
in
a
2 years,
turnaround. I
man.
mean, we've seen it already with the Detroit Lions. They did a big
Yeah, they did it in
turnaround.
2 years as well. Like,
So it can be done.
I don't want us to, get fixated on like, okay, this is the time period it needs to happen. Because I feel like when you do that, you just start trying to reach, and
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's not how them teams kind of went about it. I think it was more, all right, let's get stability in the most important positions on the field.
Mm-hmm.
They brought in Terrell Edmonds. Y'all don't know, he, Bills middle linebacker, signal caller, veteran. He's seen playoff battles. He's played Mahomes. Like, that's a huge piece. They brought in Kevin Byard, safety on the back end, all pro bowler, knows the game. You could tell he's a good veteran presence for that secondary. They sprinkled it. I mean, Jalen Johnson was already there. We know what he's about. But yeah, it's like they consistently added pieces over the last 2 years, and literally look at what they are doing. Like, I don't think
Man,
anybody expected them to win the division, and I don't think anybody expected them to, make to the divisional round this soon, at least.
I don't think nobody expected them to do the cheese grater versus the cheese head. That that's like top 3 like ever. Like, to come up with that, that's like that was that like did you hear the story of how they came up with that?
Nah,
Bro, crazy story. So the person or people, or let's just say company, that was trying to manufacture the cheese heads, they ended up not getting it or something, being able to manufacture the cheese heads, or they used to manufacture the cheese heads. One of them two. So whenever that disagreement with the Packers organization or whatever, how they wanted to make the cheese heads was, the Bears end up finally being good. They connected with the Bears and made the first cheese grater head.
and
So it was like
Was DJ Moore the first one to wear it?
I believe
I
so.
remember
And then
that. Yeah.
after that, it was like, oh, yeah, it's on fire now.
So
Fans wearing it, everybody wearing them now. So that right there, that's top 3. Like, that was fire.
I
That's
was
fire.
watching Pat McAfee this morning, and he was talking about how the thing that the NFL was missing was, the college football aspect of rivalry, like Ohio State, Michigan. You got Tennessee, Vanderbilt. You just have all these like big rivalries that always take place, and we've had them in the NFL. Like, we know Ravens, Steelers, Patriots, Jets, or one of them divisional rivals. But he said was missing was the pure hatred of another team. And the first thing Ben Johnson says when he gets in the locker room to get a speech, the Packers, like that to me was like, oh no, like, we here. This is our time. And not to mention, this is not only our time, but also too, like, we're gonna be here for years. Our QB, this only what, year 2 or year 3? This year
Year
3?
this year third.
Year 2?
Ooh, let's look.
Yeah, look that up.
Hey, cause
There's
it's
no
been
way
a
he's been in the league 3 years.
it's been a minute. It's if it look like it, don't it?
It feel like he's been in there just because of the year he's had. I feel like it was uh like his lead. If this is 2 years, the first year was already long with the whole rookie of the year thing, and then this year, obviously with them having success, I just feel like he just
Yeah,
looked like a vet right now.
2 years now, starting since it's 2026.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
like, still, yeah, we got a young QB. Most of our offense is relatively young too. We got a first year head coach. Like we are going to be here in this division for years to come, and I think he's like establishing like, no, it's no friendly.
Like
No,
total
it's not only
dominance.
hard to beat a team
Total dominance.
twice in the
That's my
same
boy
year.
Caleb up there shredding on national TV.
I love it.
Hey,
I love it.
I love
I
it,
love it,
bro.
bro.
I love it, man.
For
I
sure.
cannot be mad at it, bro. I'm happy. Like, I don't think, bruh, until we see the Steelers in what, a couple minutes, I don't think we've been disappointed in none of these playoff games yet.
Nah,
This has probably
yesterday
been some of the best playoffs I've seen in a while.
the Patriots Chargers was probably the most disappointing game, only because the Chargers just they sent Justin Herbert out there with me, you,
Oh, yeah.
BQ.
Hey, said me. Hey, you said about there with me. Oh, yeah, you're cooked. Put me
We
at left
just
tackle.
yeah, and we had Mario at left tackle. Like we went out there and was like, you know what? We got Justin Herbert. If he can make it shake, he can make it shake. If not, oh well.
Hey,
We're not even
Quentin
gonna care
Johnson
about his
down
life.
there somewhere.
Bruh,
He
watching
down
that
there
game,
somewhere.
and the Chargers were in the game for most of the game. Their defense was competing too, but it was just you could tell the 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 level of physicality that the Patriots brought. Again, shout out Mike Vrabel, because I think they came out and they kind of knew like, oh no, we about to get after Justin Herbert. We see they showed a graphic of all the PFF rankings of their offensive line. Every single one of them is second to last or last. There
Yeah,
was no, they had 30 pressures last night, the Patriots front seven. Like that's, that don't just happen for, it's the NFL. Like everybody in the league is nice for the most part. That don't just happen. So yeah, shout out to Mike Vrabel for coming out there and really just establishing the tone for the whole game. And it's gonna be a good matchup depending on, who wins this game. Either they get the Texans or they get the Steelers. So yeah, that was the only bad game, but everything else been pure cinema. Perfect script. Perfect script.
perfect
Every
script.
game was a one score game. I don't think we've
Perfect
seen
script.
that in a minute.
Hey, just so y'all know, we don't do no takes. Perfect script.
Perfect script. I mean,
If you are new here on Live Price and Loaded Minds, we don't do no takes.
perfect script, bro. I mean, the Eagles and 49ers,
Man, can't make it
same
up.
thing. The Eagles have been turmoil all year. You obviously know what's going on with AJ Brown and the whole offensive situation. But Brock Purdy went out there.
AB,
Hey,
AB.
hey, hey, I'm saying, I think AB coming into the offseason, I know this is a little side conversation, but AB going into the offseason, you got AJ Brown, you got Maserati Marv, you
Yeah,
still
I
got
forgot
Garrett
about
Wilson. I
Maserati.
know the Jets, like
The Jets gonna
this is a tough
re-sign him.
year.
They're gonna
Yeah,
re-sign
they
him.
they just signed, or I thought did he just get paid?
I believe so. They already
Yeah, I
re-signed him.
think he just got, but regardless, like, that's a interesting situation. He's not necessarily somebody that they might not want to move, but just taking the tempo on these wide receivers. Michael Wilson with the resurgence in Arizona, and then obviously AJ Brown. Like those are three guys that could come in and instantly be your wide receiver one. But yeah, man, that the 49ers and the Eagles, that was a good game, but the Eagles are so hard to watch. They're so hard to watch. It's
I
it's
know
it's
why you
too
I
much
know why you
talent for
said
y'all
it.
not to.
Yeah. I know why you
I
said
don't
it.
understand, bruh.
For y'all to be so no vanilla, I guess we could say. To be so regular, to be so normal, to be such a normal looking team, especially this year,
Yeah.
based off what y'all did last year. And y'all got the same
Been
people.
hearing that a lot though. A lot of people been saying that their offense is vanilla. Obviously, again, I'm brand new to X's and O's. I've been seeing people run like, or say like they run a lot of, 5-yard hitch routes, or
It's not
for like
hard
the
to
last
stop.
play was all go for verticals, and it's just like,
Yeah. It's like
you
they
know,
lost their touch or something. I don't know if they
yeah,
changed play calling or play callers or what, but it's not the same as it was last year. The offense was way more explosive, but like we said in one of the last pods, we can give that kudos to Saquon for real because did nobody really know how to answer for him coming to the Eagles team as a fresh, Saquon. So, maybe that has something to do with it because he was so important to the run game and the offense last year. Maybe that's what, is making them so vanilla that people are used to it, but I don't know. It definitely don't look appealing on television.
He had a good game yesterday for the most
He
part. He
did.
had
He did.
a couple little runs.
But
They
it was
used him in
like
the
the
pass
stuff
game a
he
couple
was
times.
doing the
Yeah,
stuff he was doing was just so it's Saquon. What was
yeah,
anybody else doing? Was nobody else doing anything?
man. I'm gonna pray for Jalen Hurts. I hope he figure it out.
No, for sure. And
I
then
hope he
just
figure it out.
real quick before we touch on a little college football, I do want to talk about the Jets. What do you think about them not firing? They're the only team that everyone expected to have their coach fired. What do you think about that?
When you trade an all-pro corner and an all-pro defensive lineman, and then if you look at their offense, I understand why moving on from a coach is not necessarily the best move. I'm still a Justin Fields fan. I think that, whatever the case may be, I think there's
Shout out
one
Justin
side of
Field.
yeah, shout out Justin Fields. I think, one side is like, all right, he clearly struggles on going through progressions. He clearly struggles on getting the ball out on time to receivers. But on the other end, it's like, again, he's had about 5, 6 head coaches, new offense. And I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm just looking at it from the outside perspective of like context matters too. The Jets O line wasn't the best, and then also too, Garrett Wilson was hurt this year. Like he didn't really have that many options to go to. I know they got Brees Hall, but you can't run him into the ground as well. So yeah, it's just a tough situation that I feel like Aaron Glenn was in as a first year head coach. I mean, we knew what he was doing with Detroit last year. Their defense didn't look the same. Well, their
Mhm.
defense didn't look the same as it did last year. It was still good.
It's still
Shout out,
good.
who's their defensive coordinator?
Oh man, you put me on the spot, brother. I cannot remember off the top of my head.
Can't think of his name off the top of my, but he did an okay job this year, at least with their front seven. They've had back end problems, but Aaron Glenn, I
Kelvin
feel like
Shepard.
Kelvin Shepard. I didn't want to mispronounce his name. He did an okay job this year, but yeah, I think, for the most part, Aaron Glenn, it's just a tough situation. Very tough
Yeah.
situation. I feel like it wasn't much he could really do. Like, we watched the games.
Yeah,
They
you're right.
offense, they had plenty of games this year where their offense didn't eclipse like 200 yards. So that's not really, you can say it's coaching, but at the same time, we just got to look at the talent as well. There wasn't that much talent on offense. So yeah, I mean, I love to see a black head coach, get to work through his, you can say tough times, whatever you want to say about him. Let's hope he could make some shake next year. Hopefully they add some pieces, do good in the draft. Because I don't think Aaron Glenn is necessarily a terrible coach. I don't know if we can make that assumption after just 1 year. I feel like we got to see that fester a little bit.
Mhm. And then, real quickly, let's move to the NCAA football side of things. Yeah, I was about to take a deep breath myself. It is an hectic year for the people of Ohio, man.
It pains me to watch these games, bruh.
But it has been some good college playoff football going on, and I can't
Great
be
bump,
mad at it.
great
I
bump for
can't be
sure.
mad at it. Can't be
Outside
mad
of the
at it.
Indiana and Oregon, the Miami game, way
Mhm.
better.
Way better for sure. Indiana, definitely number one team in college. They for sure put that stamp on that after that game. Malachi Tony might be the new face of college football.
Baby
I
Jesus.
didn't I didn't see dang, that's what we calling him?
That's what they've been saying. That's what they be
That's what
calling
they
him, bruh.
call him? That's a real Florida boy. If they call him Baby Jesus, that's a real Florida boy.
Baby Jesus, bruh.
Hey, that
Because
that's
the
a
catch
real
that he
Florida boy.
made that they ruled not a catch was probably one of the best catches I've seen all year. And
You
a
talking
lot of
about
us
that
yeah. And he got like they kind of like upended him and tried to push him out of bounds. He got 1 foot down, the other foot was on the line. Like that is, if I
I
was the
know what you're
refs,
saying.
I probably would have gave him the catch just because of how raw it was and just let them reverse it. Yeah, let them reverse it at the like that was probably one of the best catches we've seen all year. Again, I think the theme of college football right now is if you don't have experience, I get rough for you. Indiana, they got about 40 players that's between 21 or 22 and 25. Miami, Carson
You
Beck,
got
we know he's
Carson
been in.
back. Look,
Yeah, Carson Beck has
the
been
first
in
person that
college.
was coming to your mind.
Like, I didn't want to say him first because I don't want to make it seem like I'm hating on, bro. It is what it is, bro. Like, he's like bringing in a 5th or 6th year veteran NFL QB. He's seen pretty much every defense you could throw at him. He's played with a great defense. He's had some pieces on offense before. Like, he should already know
I gotta look
what
up how
this
old he
is.
is, bro. I gotta look up how old he is, bro.
He should already know what this is. But yeah, I think that's just the theme of college football right now. And I definitely think we should definitely talk about, this
Wow.
whole, what, how is he?
Shout out Carson Beck, bro. I didn't think he was that young, bro. You making it
23?
happen, bro.
23?
23. 23. I'm not
Everybody be
mad at
making
him
it seem like
now.
he's so much older.
Bro,
Yeah,
I thought he was
now I'm
I
taking
thought
back.
he was Brandon Whedon.
I thought he was 25
I thought he
at
was
least.
Brandon Whedon.
So he must have went to school early though.
Had to, because that don't make sense at all. He was born in 2002.
Interesting. What you about to say?
I said I got him giving flowers now.
Yeah, nah, for sure. Like, he's just a veteran. He a veteran QB. He was at Georgia, played in the SEC. Yeah, I think we are going to get I hope that we're going to get a very good national championship game, given that the Indiana-Oregon game was kind of a dud. But these are two teams on a collision course. I hate to make everything about Ohio State, but, both our losses was against teams that's in the national championship.
That's how it's supposed to be, bro.
That's how it's
Honestly,
supposed to be.
that's the most Ohio State thing ever in Ohio State history. That's just how it's supposed to be, bro. When you beat O State, you're the best at that point.
Yeah, it kind of made me feel better too, seeing both of these teams play how they did, especially Indiana. Like, Indiana only scored 13 on Ohio State. They have been rolling ever since then. They blew Bama out, and then they just walked down Oregon too. So yeah, I think Mendoza, definitely want to give him his flowers too, as much as
Shout out Mendoza.
again,
Heisman Mendoza.
Heisman Mendoza. I'm still standing on the fact that I don't think that his play style is a needle moving play style. I'm trying not to make it a take, like, I don't think he's like
I mean, I know what you're saying.
a
I'm pretty
Pat
sure
Mahomes or
people know
Josh
what you're saying.
Allen. I don't think he's in that. I think he's like a Jared Goff, which is very good. Elite game manager. I think he is that. He's probably one of the better ones that has come out in the last couple of years, just in terms of, I think we kind of know what we're gonna get from Mendoza if the pieces are in play. Because Indiana, outside of Ohio State, that's favoritism, but Indiana has grown on me in terms of my love for their roster. I love their receiving core. Cooper, he's in the slot. You got Surratt working on the outside. He can also play inside, but he's just a playmaker. And then Becker, man, Charlie Becker. He is literally like watching Alec Pierce from the Colts right now. Like, he is a deep threat. They have a perfect receiving core for Mendoza, and then the running game is going good, playing behind a good old line. Like, he has all the pieces he needs to be the elite game manager that he is. And I hope that whatever team he goes to is watching his college tape and watching the construction of this Indiana football team, because they literally have everything you need for his type of quarterback. And I think Kirk Cignetti, again, we giving out flowers.
Shout
out Kirk Cignetti, because
out to Coach of the Year, man. Shout out to Coach of the Year.
he is literally, you can see how dialed in he is.
Belichick, Nick Saban, all that in one. He in that tree for sure. He in that Nick Saban tree. I looked at that man do them interviews and not crack one smile.
Just like that.
Not crack one smile. I said, oh yeah, you Nick Saban, you in Nick Saban tree for sure. Hey, for sure.
And you
not
can tell
one
his players,
smile.
as serious as he is, you can tell how much his players love and respect the man he is and the leader he is for them.
They're going to war for that man right now. They're going to war.
I think outside of the talent and the veterans on Indiana, that was another thing I thought was the game, like the physicality. And again, eventually we're going to have to have a conversation. We're going to have to have a conversation about Dan Lanning, but we can save that for another time.
Oh, he got to chill on Dan, man. He's still getting 5 stars, man. He's still
getting 5 stars, but let's not forget what he was saying, talking about they completing for clicks and whatever. He don't never had that same energy for the teams that, Kirsten, yeah, have a good game, coach. Like, when it was Dion, though, he was on that.
You're right.
He was on that. Like, nah, this is just, you could check this. He was on that. But nah, I think the physicality was like, it was on a whole different level from Indiana. And I feel like it's been that way since the Ohio State game. And again, shout out to them for coming out and punching us in the mouth early. Um, yeah, that's two physical teams about to play in the national championship. I feel like as fans of the football, like this is what we've been waiting on. I mean, obviously we wanted those state to be there, but we just weren't as physical as Indiana, and we weren't as physical as Miami. So barn burner on the way. Barn burner on the way, man. I
Mark
hope.
Burner. I do got something to say about Mendoza. Mendoza would have been a perfect quarterback in 2021 or
For
like 2020, like 2019 if he was like that old and coming out during that time,
for the
sitting behind
Browns.
Drew Brees.
Oh yes,
That would have been the perfect place for him.
100%.
Like now I see Mendoza like not saying like Jared Goff, like you said, Jared Goff came in, he was smaller and stuff. He's got bigger over the years. Mendoza's not the biggest. You can't put him somewhere like a Vegas and think you about to get him playing year one. It's slow. It's not happening.
Because
You
because
won't have your
Genty
quarterback. Yeah,
Genty was running
Genty,
for his life this year,
gang. Please get that man help. Please get that man
and
help.
he still had 1,000.
1,300 yards.
He still had 1,000. Like
1,300
yeah,
yards.
for sure.
He had over 1,000 yards of contact. That is ridiculous. So he was getting touched in the backfield, then making something happen. That's what
They
that
got
said.
that. I think Mendoza. I would love to see him go there only because, again, when we talk about construction of a roster, and we talk about pieces on offense, Indiana doesn't necessarily have a needle moving player. I just think they're good from A to Z. Now, when you look at the Raiders, you got Genty, who's going to be an all pro someday, and then you got Brock Bowers. If they grab a receiver, they already got Trey Tucker. Shout out to Ohio kid, Trey Tucker. I know they grabbed what's the kid from Tennessee, Deontay Thornton.
Think that's how you
I think
say
that's
it.
his name.
So you
Deontay
gotta
Thornton.
stop putting me on the spot like this, bruh.
My bad, my bad, my bad. No, Deontay Thornton. I know he didn't have that much of a impact this year, but I'm hoping that he could, show some promise in year two. But like if they grab another receiver and shore up their O line, like Mendoza could very much well walk into another situation where he could just do what he do
You was
easily.
correct too about that. Deontay.
Deontay Thornton, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to see him
Or
in a
is it
Vegas
Dante?
situation. Might be Dante.
Dante. I think it's Dante. Dante Thornton Jr.
I don't want to see him go to the Jets though, respectfully.
I mean, if I'm being honest, I think the Jets, I think if I'm being honest, I think they'll take another year. I think they're like a 4-year plan team right
For
now.
sure. It's not
Like,
even
I don't think they're in no rush because, like, the people they had, the needle movers they did have, didn't pan out in 4 years. So I think now they're like resetting that clock again. They're on another 4-year plan, I think.
yeah,
And
NFL
that's why I
crazy.
do think and that's why I do think Aaron Glenn is there still because he's included in that plan. Because it's not his fault, like you said. He's already
Yeah,
put in a situation that was already crumbling.
it's only so much you can do, bruh.
Yeah. Like, it's different with us and the Browns.
When they traded the Sauce and then when they traded Quinnen, I was like, hey, yo, what are we doing? That's
Are we
it.
just letting it go? And then I do wanna talk about how oh, man, before we go, because I know we gotta watch this game. We're gonna watch this game, we probably gonna be right back on. But
No, for sure.
before we go, I do gotta talk about it. Indiana had 0 5-star players on their team. 0. We have to ask ourselves, is NIL really hurting college football or is it not? Because you find situations like that where you can say, NIL not hurting college football. Because to have 0 5-stars mean y'all homegrown. Y'all was getting it out the mud. The players or pieces you got was some pieces you didn't have for a little bit of time.
Hmm.
Or like, the Mendoza come there when he got there, when he left, and he been there for some time now.
Yeah,
But it's a weird question now. Yeah, it's a weird question now. Because in a situation like that, you got the number one team in college, you could say they don't got no 5-stars. They weren't dealing money crazy. We not going to get this person and this person out the portal or whatever. But from a standpoint of going to the NFL, I actually do think it's like it could be messing it up a little bit.
It is.
Because when you look at right now, quarterback development, it's not really a thing anymore in the NFL, let alone college football. It's like now you're already good now. Like that's how it's panned out right now. You gotta be already good.
I mean, we could just look at the Browns
Yeah, yeah,
with
yeah,
Shador.
like yeah, he was already good. I mean, and credit to Dion for putting his son in certain places, but we can technically say, I mean, you're not a quarterback coach. You ain't really developed your son.
If you
Your
wanted to,
son,
if you had a son and he was a cornerback, I'm sending him to prime every single time. What
you
we
know what I'm
doing?
saying? So
Travis
that's
Hunter.
what that's try. Yeah, I was finna say. So it's not you kind of already either got to be like that now, or you got to go somewhere where you know you're gonna get developed at.
Yeah, it's the again. I think NIL in terms of ruining the separation between this is the pro level and this is the collegiate level. I think it's becoming too much of free agency, and I liked what I think Dan Lanning was one of them, and somebody else said. So play all your games in December, all the playoff games every single weekend in December. Portal opens January 1st. And for the transfer rules, you get one transfer that's free. Any other transfer, you got to sit out. I think they have to sanction it because it is getting too much of a free for all and it's looking like free agency. And again, if we want to keep the integrity of collegiate athletics together, I think we have to keep that separation of this is collegiate athletics. This is what you can do at this level. Once you get to the pros, now you can sign 1 year deals and go to another team. Like, I think that we have to put a cap on the amount of transfers. Because again, we talk about development, like you're not going to develop if you transfer to 3 schools in 4 years.
Yeah,
You may get better slightly, but when we talk about developing, if you want to be a pro, when we talk about developing, at your position, you have to develop on and off the field. And I don't think you do that switching up environments every single year. Like I said, 3 times in 4 years. Like every time you get placed in a new environment, you're almost starting from square one, as opposed to, let's say I go to Ohio State. I'm playing quarterback. My first year, I'm behind a guy that's been here, a proven guy. I'm learning the ropes. I'm learning the offense. Second year comes, same thing. Third year, he's gone. Now it's me, and I got to compete with another guy that they brought in. All right, I win the job. Like that teaches you so much more than I came to O State. There's already 2 dudes ahead of me, and I get the aspect of like transferring to a situation where you can play because I'm all for that too. Like if you can
yeah.
transfer
Don't
somewhere
think
and
we
go and
not for
play,
that.
huh?
I said, yeah. Don't think we not for that. We all for
Yeah,
that.
no, I'm all
I,
for it. If you have a chance to go play and it's a good situation for you to actually prove that you can play, go play, but don't just take the easy way out. There's a lot of gray area in that, but like I feel like there's a lot of situations we are seeing where some of these guys don't even have to leave. We can look at Ohio State in their wide receiver situation that's been happening lately. Like, if you want to be a number one receiver, you should have never came to Ohio State after last year. You knew it 2 years ago. You knew who was coming here. You thought you was
yeah.
gonna be number one receiver over number four?
I don't know if they actually thought that though, Twan. I think it was a little bit more than that. Because Ohio State has been showing their hand a lot. Like we've been reaching in that portal. We
Show.
know who we just got. So I mean, I feel like it's just some insecurity right there. Like I don't know, bro.
That's what I'm saying though. I'm
But I
saying
don't
like
think they. So that's what I'm saying. I don't want you to think like I don't think they knew was trying to be number one. But right now
literally
they
saw
might
an
not even
article.
be number two or number three. The way
I
it
saw I
sounded.
saw an article though. That's why I said that. I literally saw an article. I don't remember which receiver, whether it was Quincy Porter or uh, I want to say it might have been a Quincy Porter article, but they said that the reason that he was transferring was because he wanted a real shot at being a number one receiver. Again, from the outside perspective, I don't know him personally. This is just from me as somebody that's watching and a fan of this team. Like, you transfer because you wanted to be a number one receiver. Okay, cool. But like, why would you even come to O State when you knew who was here? And then if you look at past when JJ leaves, we're bringing in another 5-star, highly touted, highly coveted receiver, Chris Henry. So it's like, where did the maybe miscommunication or due diligence on your end and your party? Because I know a lot of these players have agents. Like, did y'all look at the outlook of Ohio State's wide receiver room? And when you got here, before you got here, because it's like, this is Ohio State. We are wide receiver you for a reason. Like, you're not just about to come in here and be the number one just off a rip. And I think I think players should kind of have that idea already. But it's like, again, the grass is not always greener. And if you want to be a pro, you're going to have to compete. And I think it starts in your own position group room at the specific school that you at. So, yeah, I just would like to see a lot more sanctions put on it. That way, we can see players get to the NFL and yes, they already be nice, but also too, like, okay, like this is what he needs to develop into. Cause I think what you said about the quarterback development thing, I think like a Bo Nix, we're expecting Bo Nix to already have it figured out, even though, or just because he was in college for so long, even though it's like he's a second year QB in the NFL, in a league that is so talented now. Like the too high safety look, that's a thing now. The exotic coverages, the disguises, like this is not a kid's game. This is a grown man's game, and you got to be a serious, locked in, dialed in dude to play quarterback. And it's just I want them to fix so we can see some, you know, like they're saying there's no more sickos. Like we can't see sickos if the QBs are developing, bruh.
They'll sanction something soon, but I don't think it's gonna be too big because gotta
It's
remember,
too much
bro.
money
Yeah, it's too much money, and they NCAA has been getting backfired so long for
for sure.
forever about not
Shout
compensating the
out Reggie
athlete.
Bush.
Yeah, bro,
Reggie Bush, come on the
forever.
pod. Shout out Reggie Bush.
No, for sure, please, because that was my favorite player growing up. I wore 25 because of Reggie Bush, bro. When I played,
We know how much NIL you should have been making, my boy. At
no,
least
for
20.
real,
At
for
least
real,
20. Might
for
be
real.
25 because of the game, the
Yeah.
Heisman situation. You
It's a
feel me?
real Pryor.
Hey, shout out to Real Pryor. Real ones know.
Hey, no cap, man. Man, that's all for today, man. We're going to end it there, man, on a great episode starting out the new year. We'll be back to y'all more frequently now. We got the new setup going. We're going to try to get to y'all on Apple Music now. Or what I guess you could say Apple Music. It'll be Apple. But yeah, we're going to get Apple Pod going. We're going to get Spotify going. We're going to be on your YouTube. We're going to be on Instagram. We're going to be on TikTok. We're going to catch us everywhere, man. We're going to run it up this year, man. You'll be seeing a lot of us. But we do want to thank y'all for sticking around. Thank you for listening to another episode of Live Rest and Loaded Minds. I'm Aubrey Ward Jr. Of course, your boy trying to play around. He said his name is Tweezy in the short sleeve. Trying to act like me because I'm Breezy in a long sleeve. Trying to be me. So yeah, your favorite player and coach, Twan over there, man. Thank y'all for tuning in.